Rashad, why you didn't
Anyways,
hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother. Trump lit.
What's up, Rashad?
Yeah.
What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
Being a Christian doesn't absolve you from, you know what I'm saying, taking accountability, bro. So many people want to absolve, and people want to throw the God word around too. You just want to toy with the God word. God got me. I'm a man of God. You ain't a man of God. Stop using God's name like that, bro. It's a man in my comments right now on the Trey Reed story and stuff like that, speaking down on the dead body of Trey Reed, right? What would the Bible tell us to do? Don't disrespect those, don't dishonor the dead, this and that, respect the dead. Ooh. He disrespecting Trey Reed's dead body for the sake of his political thing of, misinformation, fake news, and you spreading this propaganda. Change your name from God, bro. Because first of all, you ain't God. And second of all, you commenting things that are not of God. What are we doing right now? Stop using God's name so lightly, bro. It's probably the most powerful name in the history of all names. Jesus Christ. God. The Messiah. Stop using God's name like that, bro. Stop playing with his name, bro. For real. 4 newspaper journalists in Alaska quit after their owner of their publications altered the story's description of Charlie Kirk under pressure from a state legislator. It was written by the New York Times. Okay, I don't think we're going to be able to see this one. It's from the New York Times. Well, hey, shouts out to the 4 newspaper journalists that quit in Alaska, man. Hold on, let me see if I can see one. The 4 journalists who work for Homer News, the Peninsula Clarion, and the Juneau Empire all wrote in a joint resignation letter on Monday that they were never consulted about the edits made by an Alabama-based media carpenter group. What is she saying, Very few newspapers in the U.S. are still independently owned and operated. She didn't understand that it all came from the same company, the different newspapers. We're getting to the point in the country where non-state sponsored journalism will become quote unquote illegal and considered fringe. That is a scary place to be 100%. Well, CBS News journalists followed that example when a new editor starts parroting the administration's lies. The nationwide protests, October 18th, ACLU. Remind me again, wasn't Charlie Kirk mainly a debater with a podcast? Alaska, where there you go, guys. Wow, it's easy. It's not easy to find journalists in Alaska. I know I ain't moving to Alaska. Hey, Alaska can offer me $1 million to go up there right now and be a journalist. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, I ain't gonna do it, bro. $1 million for a year? Would I work at a paper? If a paper in Alaska was like, Rashad, we need you to come up here and turn the PR around for this paper in Alaska. $1 million. $1 million will you do it for 1 year? Because see, this how I think with moving and stuff like that. I'm young. Well, I'm getting older, of course. Yes. Time is, I'm saying, not reversing. It's going forward. However, I'm still relatively kind of young in the grand scheme of things. If I live to 100, I'm still young. And I have no children and I'm not married. So I look at it like, shoot, if I'm going to get my bag and move around, I'm going to get my bag and move around while I'm young, bro. That's how I look at it, right? And Alaska offers $1 million, dude, for 1 year. And I could come back home after that with that $1 million. I ain't going to lie. I still don't want to move to Alaska. I still don't want to move to Alaska, man. Let me see if I can see right here. Staff at 3 Alaska newspapers quit after the owners given depression from Republican lawmaker. This is written by who? Eric Stone. Shout out to Eric Stone. Most of the staff are running 3 Alaska newspapers in Houma, Kane Soldolta, and Juneau resigned in protest on Monday. I might do the year, bro. Alaska, if y'all want me to come up there, I'll come up there for $1 million to work 1 year for you guys. 1 year, $1 million for Rashad Milligan in Alaska. Let's do it. The Southern boy, the Southern Belle himself will move to cold Alaska for an entire 365 days for $1 million. Let's make it happen. I have my people call your people. Juneau resigned in protest on Monday. The decision came after a corporate owner of Homer News, Kane Peninsula Clarion, and the Juneau Empire forced revisions to a story after pressure from a Republican state lawmaker. The 4 journalists, regional editor Aaron Thompson, Clarion Sports and Features editor See, they got the sports editor. Man, look. Shouts out to the sports editors, man. Shouts out all my sports reporters, man. Shouts out to Patrick McGee. That my dog. That my dog. All right, Clarion senior editor Jake Dye and Homer News reporter Chloe Plesnak signed a joint resignation letter castigating Alabama-based Carpenter Media Group for its decision to modify the story without consulting the reporter for an editor responsible, saying that it quote-unquote gravely undermined their ability to do their jobs. Though this decision is extremely painful for us, it's not difficult. Ooh, they wrote. We cannot do our jobs knowing the pressure from an elected official can mean our stories are edited without prior consultation with us. On Wednesday, Homer Republican Sarah Vance posted on a letter on a state letterhead on her official Facebook page objecting to the Homer News article about a memorial for the slain activist Charlie Kirk. She highlighted a paragraph that identified Kirk as a far-right activist and a racist and with racist and controversial views. Vance accused the paper of bias, and she said that she was quote-unquote aware of a campaign to boycott Homer News advertising. In an interview, Dye said his resignation was a long time coming. Ooh! He's repeatedly complained about the mismanagement since Carpenter Media bought the paper out of insolvency last year, he said. But capitulating the pressure from a state lawmaker going over an editor, a reporter said, Dye said, was a step too far. A day later, the story was removed, edited, stripped of a byline, and reposted without, Dye said, any consultation with the newsroom. Vance subsequently thanked Carpenter Media in a Facebook post for responding to her concerns after a discussion with the paper's publisher. Sarah Vance sent one letter on a Wednesday night. She probably didn't even put a ton of thought into it and got our story changed, she said. What stops her from doing what next time? What stops anybody? Vance and Carpenter Media did not respond to interview requests. Dye hasn't gotten any answers on what Vance asked for and what Carpenter agreed to. He said, quote unquote, I feel like I should be able to trust Carpenter Media, he said. That's just not what happened in this case. Mass resignations leave 3 papers with just 2 reporters, one for Homer News and another for Juneau Empire, Dye said. Veteran Alaskan journalist and University of Alaska Fairbanks professor Paula Dubbin said that she was shocked by the episode, not just by Vance's pressure campaign, but Carpenter's decision to give in. Quote unquote, we pride ourselves as Americans on having freedom of press, she said. For an ownership group to just go ahead and to alter a news story based on a complaint by a politician without consulting the editor or reporter, I just think it was all appalling. And I fully support the staff for not putting up with it. It's especially alarming given the fragile state of journalism in Alaska, she said. It's not clear what would happen to the papers with most of the editorial staff gone. And Dobbin said that she's concerned of the exodus that will leave Kenai Peninsula communities less informed. Quote unquote, I certainly hope that Kenai is not going to become another news desert because, people have the right to be informed, she said. There's a lot happening down here, and we certainly need coverage of it. Dobbin said that she hoped another news source would fill the void. She pointed to the nonprofit Juneau Independent, a nonprofit online outlet founded by a former editor, and another Carpenter paper, the Juneau Empire, who also resigned over disagreements with management. As much as she loves journalism, Dye said he's not planning to follow a similar path. Quote unquote, I don't think the others are really interested in that. We certainly don't have the money for that. Quote unquote, I unfortunately kind of think this is it. Dang. I hope Carpenter Media will invest in Alaska papers, he said, but he's not optimistic. He said management told the newsroom that Clarion was losing money, but had not outlined plans to turn struggling outlet around. Until the last week, they didn't really interact with us. I keep asking them what the plan is, and I don't ever get a satisfying answer. On Tuesday, Dye said he planned to head to a local job center for a typing test so he could apply for a job as a 911 dispatcher. Quote unquote, I really think that's going to be less stressful than what I'm doing right now. Sheesh. Working at a 911 center, bro? That's crazy. Shout out to Eric Stone, man. Shout out to Alaska. Shout out all, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Kevin.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.